Starting with the name of Allah. My dear audience, ladies and gentlemen, take my salam, assalamu alaikum. This is Mukhtar in front of you. I hope you are all well. I'm fine by the great Almighty Allah. I've invited two respectable guests, one of Mr. Jahidul Islam and another one of Mr. Sohail. Today I'm going to talk about a roundtable discussion. I want to talk with you about a food. Guys, are you ready?
Yes, I'm ready.
Yes,
Okay.
we are ready.
My first question to Mr. Jahidul Islam. What sort of food do you like eating most?
Well, I prefer homemade food. I am big fan of my mother recipe, and she is an amazing cook. I always enjoying her cooking, and whenever we go to a restaurant and outside, we like to order Chinese menus. And apart from that, I like many types of foods like as biryani, 𝗙ecie, pizza, sandwich, etc. And a mixture of foreign food items actually.
Oh, that's great. And what about you, Mr. Sohail?
Okay.
What's your opinion?
I prepare homemade food,
Yeah.
and I'm a big fan of my mother recipe, and I always love her cooking.
Yeah.
And whenever we go to a restaurant, that time we want to like from different type of foods.
Yeah.
And apart from that, biryani, pasta, momo, and chicken menus, and 𝗙ecie, and a different type of foreign foods I like order.
Okay. I want to add with you.
Yeah.
Actually, I like homemade food because I'm a big fan of my mother.
Yeah.
And whenever we go to outside, we like to order Chinese menus. And apart from that, I like to order Mexican tacos, sandwich, dog nuts, and different of things.
It's
Yeah.
foreign
And
food.
yeah, it's foreign food.
Yes.
That's all. Next question, Mr. Sohail, who normally does the cook in your family?
Yes, definitely my mother.
Yeah.
My mother loved to cook in our home, and he always try to cook delicious food. And
You mean to say your mother is an amazing cook?
yes, my mother is an amazing cook, and sometimes I give compliment.
Yeah.
You can open a restaurant in our hometown, and after hearing my talk, and he laughs a lot of.
Yeah.
And my younger sister, sometimes he helps my mother in a kitchen,
Yeah.
and I'm an honorable person. That's why I handle outside necessaries.
Yeah. You mean to say you are responsible person in your family.
Yes.
And whenever something need, you want to buy.
Yeah, I want to buy from market.
Yeah, that's good. How about you? What's your opinion?
Definitely, my mother does the cooking in my house. You know that she is an amazing cook, and I often explain her and inspire her to start the restaurant in the city. Whereas he laughs after hearing, and sometimes my younger sister helps a lot in my mother in the kitchen. On the other hand, I am a responsible person in my family. Whenever we need some things, accessories in my house, I buy some things from market. And not only me, my father also.
Yeah.
Yes.
I want to add with you, definitely my mother. She does the cooking in my family. She is responsible woman. And I always compliment her and inspire her. You start a new business in the Dhaka city. After that, my mother said, I'm not a professional cook. I'm your mom. That's why I cook for you. It's my responsibility. My sister assists my mother in the kitchen. And I'm a responsible person of grocery and shopping.
Buy something in your family.
In my family.
Yeah.
My next question to Mr. Sohail, do you like cookery program on TV?
Yes, but not too much. Some maximum time I watch movies on my laptop, and sometime when I get free time, that time I watch some cookery program, because I live alone without my family. That's why sometime I have to cook for myself. That's why I have watched sometime cookery program.
Yeah.
It's helped me for cook.
Oh, that's great. What about you? What's your opinion? You can share with us.
You know that I'm a student. I'm busy for my study. When I get free time, I watch many different types of program.
It's an English program.
English? Many types of program like as English movies, action movies, and romantic movie, and etc. Most of the time I watch different types of program like a cookery program. When I live in my house without family, I have to cook for myself. That's why I watch these types of program.
Different types of cookery program.
Cookery program, yeah.
That's great.
Because it's helped me for our cooking.
Yeah.
Right.
I want to add with you, I'm not a big fan of cookery program.
Yes.
I'm a big fan of different sort of movies because I'm a student and English movies help to understand the English language. When my mother watches the cookery program, sometimes I join with her because my mother is a big fan of cookery program.
Yeah.
I'm not a big fan of cookery program. That's all. My next question, Mr. Jahidul Islam.
Yeah.
In generally, do you prefer eating out or eating at home?
Well, frankly speaking, I prefer homemade food. You know that homemade food is a healthy food and unhygienic food. It keeps my body.
Do you mean to say
It's a hygienic
hygienic food,
and
yeah.
it's a more hygienic and less expensive.
Yeah, right. It's less expensive. It keeps my body fit. It's good for health. That's why I prefer always homemade food. And you know that every mother cooks is very delicious. And
You mean to say your mother is a good cook?
yeah, right. And that's why I prefer homemade food.
Yeah,
and
that's great.
That's great. I don't prefer outside food. You know that it's a very unhygienic food and also it's a very expensive.
Yeah,
oily. Oily. And I want to say one story. Few days ago, I went to a outside and on restaurant with my friends. I have eaten oil food like as biryani.
Yeah.
You know that it's a very delicious food, but it is a oily food. And after eating this food, I have faced some problem like as stomach problem and poison problem. And that's all.
Yeah, it's really happened with you.
Yeah, right. And that's why I don't prefer outside food.
How about you? In this question, what's your opinion? You can share with us.
Really, it's a good question for me because I always love to eat homemade food, and my mother is amazing cook and he love to cook and he always try to cook best. That's why I love to cook, and homemade food has a lot of benefit because it's a low cost and it's a delicious food and you can eat and it's keep me our body fit.
Yeah.
Then that's why we should eat homemade food. And I don't like outside food because it has a lot of oiling and spicing and it's make not a good way because when we are take outside food lot of food, that time we have to supplement.
You meant to say outside food is make different types of problem. Yes. As like a stomach, food poisoning, and etc. It's too much bad for our health. Too much bad for health, and we know it's a delicious food, but we should avoid this food. It's good for our health. Yeah.
Right.
That's great. I want to share with you. I prefer to eat homemade food because homemade food has a great value.
Yes.
And we can eat whatever we want. However, we like to eat at a restaurant whenever some special occasion to celebrate.
Right.
And as dining out in a restaurant, offer my mom plenty of time to socialize rather than getting stuck in the kitchen.
Yes.
And my father and I often insist her to go and cookery and eatery on occasion as like wedding anniversaries and birthday. And I'm not a different person with you because I always prefer to homemade food. I hope guys you are enjoy a lot. My dear audience and ladies and gentlemen, see you again some another day. Assalamu alaikum.